so let's just come down onto the mat, laying down for me. No equipment today. Just find your way down onto the mat. Let's plant the feet down and have our hands by our side. Now we're just going to focus on a few pelvic tilts to start. So we're just loosening off our lower back. I want you to tilt the pelvis away from you as you arch your lower back. And then tilt it towards you as you flatten that back down. So we just want to find that mobility through your lower back. Now as we do this, we're going to start to add the breath in straight away. So let's inhale as we arch through the lower back. And then let's take our exhale as we flatten the back down. We're going to take 2 more rounds here. So really try to release any tension as you move. And then on that next one, I want you to continue to float the hips off the ground. So we're going to lift up into a bridge, rolling up through your spine. We're going to float the hips up into our bridge. Take a little pause at the top. And then release down by lowering through the chest, melting back down into the mat here. So let's inhale at the bottom. And then exhale as you roll up slowly. Focus on each vertebrae lifting up separately. We inhale at the top. And then exhale back down. And we're going to take just one more like this. So inhaling at the bottom. Take your time to roll up. Really release the tension from the spine, and let's just pause at the top in our bridge. Now I want you to gently activate into the stomach and activate those glutes. You're going to shift your weight onto your right leg and just float your left foot off the ground. Then lower the left foot down, keep your hips up, keep them level. Float the right leg up. So we're alternating here and we're working slow. I want you to just gently shift the weight between the feet. As you float the leg up, you are gently activating into the belly. Try to keep your shoulder blades released into the mat. Try to keep the neck nice and lengthened here. Exhale to float the leg up. Inhale to lower. We're going to take 2 more here. And then I want you to lower both feet back down. Keep your hips up in your bridge. Let's squeeze those glutes and begin to pulse here. So just small squeezes up. Keep pressing your feet down into the mat. We pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. You're going to lower the hips straight down to the mat. Allow them to release, and let's bring our hands straight away behind the head. Now I want your elbows out wide. We're going to come up for a crunch. So curl up, look in towards your belly, and then gently release out of that. Now as you curl, we take our exhale. As we release down, we take that inhale. Now we're focusing here on zipping up through the core. So we're starting the crunch at that lower part of the belly. We're pulling up into those upper abs, then releasing down, reversing the movement. Good. So we're still finding that mobility through the spine, really working into that upper back, but finding the activation into the belly, those deep abs here. Let's take 2 more like this, and then we're going to build onto our movement. So on our next one, you're going to float one leg up into tabletop. Pause, then release down. We'll alternate sides. Curl up, pause, release down. Now in that tabletop position, make sure your knee is over your hip. Make sure your shin is parallel to the mat. Exhale up. Inhale to lower. Now let's just check in that those elbows aren't coming in. They're nice and wide. We're open through our chest. Good. 2 more like this. Then we add one last layer to this movement. So on your next one, you're going to twist as you come up for that crunch. We're going to twist across to that bent leg, that floating leg, then release down. Again, alternating sides. We twist and release. Good. Really focus on rotating through the upper back. So the twist starts at the top. It comes down into the waist, into that obliques. Beautiful. Let's take 3 more here. We go for 2. Last one. Release all the way down. Plant the feet into the mat. Bring your hands by your side. Now I want you to be really open through the chest here. Allow your shoulder blades to melt into your mat. We're going to really gently float our right leg up into tabletop. Then you're going to float the left leg. Now as you do, don't let the hips move. Keep them nice and level. Lower the right foot to fully release. And then lower the left foot to fully release. Then we start with the left leg. Draw it in. We want to focus on really working into the pelvic floor here. So make sure you don't flatten your lower back as you float the leg. We want to keep the hips nice and level. And then if you feel tension creeping into your neck, really try to allow the head and neck to sink into the mat. We want to exhale our breath as we float the legs up and inhale as you lower. Being really careful to move with purpose here. So we're not rushing, we're keeping it slow. Let's take 1 more in either direction. Good. On that last one, you're going to keep your legs in that tabletop position. Now check that you're still in that neutral spine, so we're not tilting our pelvis towards us. The hips stay level, the hands stay down. You're going to extend your right leg long, lower it down towards the ground, allow it to hover, and then draw it back into tabletop. Other side, we extend, lower down. Zip up through that core as you float the leg back in. Exhale away and down. Inhale back up. Now each time you exhale that leg away, try to release a bit of tension from the upper body. So we're really focusing the work into the stomach. Good, let's go for 2 more here. Beautiful, last one. Now I want you to keep your legs in tabletop for me. We're gonna float the arms up towards the ceiling. Let's keep our palms facing towards each other. We're gonna do the exact same movement with the leg, but this time the opposite arm is gonna extend overhead, stretch them away from each other, and then draw back in here. Alternating sides again, extend away. Inhale to draw it back to center. Now I want you to try soften through the ribs more. So we're really focusing the hard work into the stomach and then softness through the rest of the body. Being careful to only work through your own range. Good work. We go for 2 more here. Last one. Good. Let's hug our knees to our chest. Give them a squeeze and just drop side to side here, releasing out the spine, releasing out that lower back. Good. We're going to work back into some bridges. Now I want you to bring your feet nice and close towards your sit bones. Hands come back by your side. You're going to engage the glutes and float your hips straight up into a bridge. So lifting all the way up. Now I want you to lower the hips down till you're just off your mat. So we're not touching, we're just above the mat. And then we lift straight back up by using those glutes. Lower down. Press through the heels, squeeze the glutes to float up. Keep a nice even tempo here. So inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And again, we keep that softness through the upper body, the release through the head and neck. We are going to be building onto this movement. So let's take 2 more bridges like this. Now on that next one, you're going to keep your hips up in your bridge. I want you to float your heels now off the mat and then lower your heels back down, then lower the hips down. So the hips float up, we find our bridge. Then we take that calf raise, lift and lower the heels, then the hips lower. So we want to breathe out as you lift the hips up, then the heels. Breathe in to lower the heels and then lower the hips. Make sure you are rolling through your foot. So we want to feel that massaging through the bottom of the foot here. We want to feel the stability and support through the ankle. Good. We're going to take 3 more here, then we're going to build another layer to this movement. We go for 2. Now on your next one, you're going to keep your hips and heels up. Now I want you to really activate through the core here, keeping your heels lifted. We're going to float the right leg into tabletop. Lower the right leg back down. Shift the weight, lift that left leg up. Tap it down. Lower your heels, lower your hips. So you come back up into that bridge, into that heel raise. We take those 2 lifts here. Now, if you feel this through your lower back, I want you to press down with the hands a little bit more. If you need to pull back a layer and take out those leg lifts, take out those leg lifts. Just work through the bridge and the calf raise. Then check in that you are not holding your breath here. So make sure it is moving as you move. We've got a few more rounds here. Taking your time, feeling that control through the whole body. We take 2 more full rounds. Good. Let's take 1 last round here to finish. Beautiful. I want you to lower your heels down. Lower the hips down. Bring the feet out nice and wide on your mat. And then just drop the knees side to side. So releasing out through that lower back. Take some nice deep breaths here. Allow that tension to release through the whole body. Good. We're going to work into some roll-ups now. So I want you to bring your feet a little bit further away from you here. And I want you to lift your arms up overhead. Let's have our palms facing the ceiling. Now to start, we're going to inhale, reach through the fingertips. You're going to press the hands forward, tilt your head to your chest, and just come into a crunch to start. So curl up, look to your belly, and then gently release back down. Let's go 2 more like that. Exhaling to come up. Inhaling to lower. Now you might want to stay just moving through this crunch. If you want to take it to that next level, we're going to come all the way up on this next one. So we're going to continue to roll through our spine. We're going to come all the way up to sitting. I want you to reach through the fingertips, stack nice and tall here, and then scoop into your belly and release, reversing back down through your spine. Arms come back up overhead. Let's inhale. Exhale to come up. Inhale at the top. And then exhale to roll back down. Good. Now you have got that option to just take those crunches. So pick your option and move through here. Good. If you're taking that full sit up, I want 2 more. If you're taking those crunches, I want 4 more here. Pulling up through that pelvic floor. Keep energy through those fingertips. Now wherever you are, I want you to come up to sitting. So we're going to stack nice and tall here. We're going to create a nice big ball with our arms, so a big circle here. We're going to scoop the belly and come halfway down. We're going to take our rotation side to side. Now twist the whole body here. Look from one side of the mat to the other. Inhale one way and exhale the other way. Good. Now as you rotate, I want you to grow longer through the crown of your head, so we're not collapsing through the neck. We're breathing as we move. We go for 4, 3, 2. Let's take one more rotation. Sit back up. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees out wide. Let's just drop forwards and take a stretch here. So allow your head to release. Try to open those knees out. Good. Allow the neck to release as well. So there should be no tension there through that upper body. Good. Let's take one breath down in this stretch. Exhale to stack back up. We're going to flip over onto our left side. I want your legs out long. If you need a spin on your mat so you can still see, spin around. I want your arm lengthen and your legs lengthen. So in a nice straight position here. Now we want to have our hips stacked completely on top of each other the whole time. That means the core needs to be active. We need to be really stable through that pelvic floor. Now you're going to point through your top leg. You're going to float that leg up using your glute. Then you're going to flex through the foot. You're going to lower it down to hover off the other one. So we point, extend that leg, float up. Flex, extend, lower to hover. Good. Now we want to find some deep work into that right glute. So you've got to keep that control we've worked through on the core to make sure that the hips stay stable. So we can really feel that outer glute working. Exhale up and inhale down. Make sure that your leg is long and it's directly below you. It's towards the bottom of your mat. Good. Let's take 2 more like this. Make sure you're getting that foot articulation to help with the movement. Beautiful. Now I want you to bring your leg just to hip height now. We're going to keep that foot flexed. Good. From here, I want you to lift that bottom leg up to join it. Lower the bottom leg down. Lower the top leg down. Now lift the top leg just to hip height. Bottom one comes up. We squeeze the inner thighs. Lower the bottom, lower the top. Good. Now engage the core even more. Lift and lift. Lower and lower. Good. Really nice. Try to keep both legs as straight as you can here. Focus on the inner thigh of that bottom leg working. We have 2 more here. Good. Last one. You're going to lower the bottom leg, but keep the top one up so the top one stays. Now we point through that top foot again. You're going to tap it towards the front corner of your mat, and then I want you to just lift it straight back up nice and high. So tap it just to the front, float it back up. Now each time you move that leg up, you've got to engage the core even more. So it's going to help us from rocking around as we move. Tap and lift. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Try to stay with me here, guys. We're almost done on this side. We go for 3. We go for 2. You're going to hold that leg up on your next one. Let's lift it a little bit higher than hip height and then take circles here. That entire leg is circling. You're drawing those circles on the other side of the room. Keep that engagement. Good. Let's go in the other direction with our circles. Make sure that leg stays really straight here. Almost there. Stay with me. We're going to pulse it up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Down. Good, guys. Tap out that hip as you need. We are going to go straight onto our second side today. So in your own time, let's spin over onto our right arm. Arm and leg out long, so we're in a nice lengthened position here. I want the legs directly below you, so they're down towards the bottom of the mat. Now make sure your head is released, make sure your hips are stacked, and then squeeze into the belly. We are pointing through that left leg, floating it up. Then you are going to flex the foot, lower it to hover off the right one. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Good. Now, as you move here, I want you to really focus on sending the leg away from you. So you want it to go as far away as possible so that we're really lengthening through the hip flexor and lengthening through those muscles. Try not to let it touch the other foot. So we're keeping that tension on the whole time. Good. Let's take 2 more. Now on your next one, you're going to just bring that leg to hip height, keep it flexed. Good. Now the bottom leg is going to float up to join the top. Then you're going to lower the bottom one, lower the top one. So we lift, lift, lower, and lower. Good. Exhale as you float them up. Inhale as you lower. So we're getting that work into the adductor here. That inner thigh through the bottom leg should be working as well. Beautiful control, everyone. We take 2 more rounds here. Then you're just going to lower that bottom leg. Keep the top one up. We point through the toes. Now that top leg is going to tap forwards here, touch the ground. Then you're going to float it back up in line with the body. Inhale, tap forwards. Exhale, float up. Do not let those hips rock around. So really engage the core even more as you lift the leg up. Yes, really nice. Let's take 3 more here. Let's go for 2. Now you are going to keep that leg up on your next one. Hold it there. Keep it up. Let's take those circles. If you can, lift the leg a bit higher. We circle in the other direction. That glute is really on here. And we are going to end with 5 of those pulses for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down, guys. Good. Tap out that side as you need. Lovely. Before we stretch out those glutes, I want you to flip onto your stomach. So spin around so you can still see here. We're coming onto our bellies. We're going to do a bit of work through our upper back into that posture. Now I want your hands out into a cactus shape and I want your head released down onto the mat. We're tucking the pelvis under, so we're still working those glutes. Keep your feet down on the mat, hands by your side. Now we're going to lift our head and arms up off the mat just an inch. So we're just hovering here and then release back down. Float up just to hover. Release down. Now I want you to just focus on that real upper part of the back working. So the thoracic spine. We need to look down at our mat to keep the length through our head, through our neck. You might want to imagine someone has a string through the crown of your head. They are pulling you, lengthening your spine as you move. Good. Let's build now. We're going to float up and pause. You're going to send both arms overhead. Then I want you to bend the hands behind the head, touch your ears, release down. Open the hands out to cactus. So you float up with the arms in cactus. Send them up overhead. Bend the hands behind the ears, release the head down, release the arms by your side. Let's lift up and extend. Bend, lower. We exhale to come up and extend. We inhale to bend and lower. You've got a few more here. Now I want those glutes to stay working as well. So you're really firing up in the glutes as you move. That's supporting through our lower back. Really draw those elbows into the side of the body. Draw the lats down as you move. We have 2 more here. Good, final one. Now we're going to end with our hands behind our head. Stay in this hover. Let's just pulse through that upper back. Little squeezes here. Small pulses up for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We're going to push into child's pose. The hands by your side, pressing back. Let's drop our hips all the way back to the heels. Reach the arms forwards and just feel that release through your back. So allow the head to release into the mat. Good. I want you to roll up onto your hands and knees now. Now from here, we're going to send our right arm underneath the body. Now I want you to drop your right shoulder as close to the mat as you can. If you can release it down. Press your left hand into the mat. Allow your chest to open and look to the ceiling. And maybe you want to just hold it there. If you want to deepen it, let's float that left arm up and really open up through the chest. So we're stretching through that upper back now, releasing the right side, opening up into your chest. Really stretch up through those fingertips. Enjoy that opening and that release. And come out of that. We go onto the other side. So back on your hands and knees. Send the left arm under. If you can, drop the shoulder. Press the right hand down. Twist to look up. Then if you want to deepen it, we float the right arm up. Reach through our fingertips. Hold this for a few breaths. And let's release there. I want you to come back onto your hands and knees. Now we want to come into our neutral spine here, so we're not letting the ribs drop down, we're drawing them in, we're activating the stomach. Now from here, you're going to send your left leg and your right arm out long. They're going to float up in line with your body. Then I want you to tuck them in towards each other, squeezing into the abs, and then extending back out. We tuck them in, extend out, lengthen out. Inhale, tuck. Exhale to lengthen. Focus on that lower belly driving the movement here. So you squeeze into that lower part first. Good. Feel the support through the opposite arm and leg pressing into the mat. We take just 3 more on this side. We go for 2. Now on your next one, you're going to keep that left leg long. Place your right hand onto the mat. Now I want you to tap the left toes down. As you float them up, we're going to come down for a push-up. So we're going to lower through the chest. As you press through the hands, you're going to tap that left foot back down. So I want you to squeeze the left glute, lower down through the arms, hug the elbows to the body, press up through the arms, tap the left foot down. Now I want you to really make sure the elbows are hugging in, so we work into our triceps. Beautiful. Keep your neck long. Imagine you've still got that string through the crown of your head. So we're still lengthening the neck the whole time. Let's take 2 more here. Breathe through the movement. Last one. Now I want you to keep that left leg lifted this time. Hands stay down, we pulse into that left side, squeezing that glute for 4, for 3, 2. Release on 1, lower the left foot down, lower the knee down. We go straight to our second side. Just find that setup again, engage the core, draw the ribs together. Right leg, left arm extend. Float them up. Now we engage the core, tuck in, extend back out. Breathe in to tuck, exhale to extend. Try to keep your hips still. Keep the strength through your back as well. We take 3 more here. Good. We go for 2. Final one. You're going to keep that right leg out. Lower the left hand down. Make sure we are hugging the elbows in. Now you're going to tap the right toes down to the mat. As you float them up, we're going to come down for our push-up. Press up through the arms, tap the right toes back down. Lift, lower, push back up, tap the foot down. Keep the length through your neck. Working your own range and your own pace. So we want to support the joints, support the body. Good. Let's take 2 more rounds. Final one here. You're going to keep the right leg lifted. Pulse it here just for 5, 4, 3, 2. Release on 1. Let's take 1 more child's pose. Open the knees out wide. Drop the hips back. Reach your arms forwards here, releasing your head down. we're going to walk our hands off to the left side of the mat. Now I want you to place the right hand on top of the left. Send your hips back. We stretch down the right side of the body into that right lat. Allow the hips to really extend back. Feel the length down the side of the body. You really feel the fascia pulling here, lengthening out, extending with the stretch. Beautiful. We're going to switch it now. Place the right hand off to the right side, left hand on top. Send the hips back. Take that deep stretch down the side of the body. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands back forwards here. Now I want you to roll back onto your hands and knees. Now as you do this, we're sending our spine up to the ceiling. So we're working through a cat stretch. You're going to continue to roll the hips forwards. Now I want you to drop them between the hands. Roll the shoulders back. We look up towards the ceiling here. We're stretching through the front of the body. Look up and just pause for a second. Try to release the neck. Press down through the arms. Good. You're going to tuck your toes under now. I want you to engage into the belly and float your hips up into down dog. Now allow the heels to reach down towards the bottom of the mat. Allow the legs to fully extend and then fully release your head. Look between the legs. Maybe you want to take a pedal through the feet. So dropping one heel, then the other. Enjoying that stretch, enjoying that release through the body. Good. Now from here, I want you to walk the feet towards the hands. We're not going to roll up. We're going to flip over onto our glutes. And I want you to send the legs back forwards here. So we come back down to sitting. Now we're going to stack up really tall. We're going to take a stretch for those glutes to finish. So let's bend our right knee, place it on top of the left, plant the right foot down. We're going to be really tall here. Hug your right leg towards you, then twist to that right leg as you look to the back of your mat. Now the stretch comes into that right side. Now focus as you inhale on lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, we release deeper into that stretch. We twist a little bit further. Beautiful. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale, deepen that stretch. Then release. Other side. Bring that left foot on top, plant the foot down. Now you want to be really tall on those sit bones. So stack up here. Grow taller, lengthen that string, then twist to that left leg. Then look to the back of your mat. Now try to be open through the chest here. Really send those sit bones down. Make sure you are still breathing. Let's take one more breath in here. Exhale, stretch even further. And then come out of that gently. Bring both feet in front of you. Just give the legs a little shake, release any tension here. We'll take one breath in together. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. Really stretch through those fingertips. And then just exhale that tension, release it out. And we'll finish there, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.